You're watching the Explosive Exclusive with me, Rahul Shivshankar. You know, viewers, that for the last 10 days, one particular narrative has been thrust down your throats. And that narrative circles around the fact that some monstrous Hindu hate mongers decided one day to turn on their neighbors. Viewers, it's very, very difficult to disbelieve such narratives when they come at you from all directions. It doesn't help that certain elements in the media amplify that message. But Times Now, viewers, is a responsible broadcaster, and we never believe in telling just one side of the story. We didn't rely on WhatsApps being forwarded to all of you or to us about alleged incidents sparked by this community or that community at this time or that time. We decided to put boots on the ground, send our reporters, not to Ukraine, viewers, to douse some fires miles away, but here in India, where the story is more pressing. Viewers, over the last 5 days, Times Now's investigation has revealed that the violence that took place on Ram Navami across India followed one pattern: destruction and desecration by design. Our investigations have taken us from Karoli in Rajasthan to Khargone in Madhya Pradesh, and now to Lohardaga in Jharkhand, where one person was killed and over a dozen injured on the 10th of April. Madness overcame Lohardaga. The violence was not a spontaneous one. It was a pre-planned conspiracy. It's not me or Times Now saying that. The sub-divisional officer of the area has gone on record to say this. He has said, viewers, that sleeper cells active for months were behind the violence, and that external forces unleashed violence against Ram Bhaks. Now, viewers, why has this story taken so many days to come out? It has taken these many days because there has been a crippling curfew in place in Jharkhand. Now remember, in Jharkhand, viewers, there is no BJP government to seed this kind of propaganda. There is a JMM government supported by the Congress. Whether we like it or not, viewers, the police follows quite closely the signals of the political leadership in the state. Here, undeniably, the police has come out and decided to put their necks on the line to go against the narrative of the powerful lobby that misinforms you on a daily basis. Viewers, whether it is the bureaucracy or the police, Times Now reached Lohardaga, not very far from Ranchi. Aishwarya, who is part of the Times Now SIT, traveled there under trying and hostile circumstances. And he has brought you several reports which I will unspool. Viewers, first listen to the SDO who speaks to us and tells us that what you have been hearing is a made-up story, fashioned in some office, somewhere, to create disinformation. Listen to this.
देखिए, स्लीपर सेल्स बड़े इंटेलिजेंट लोग होते हैं और बहुत अनेक रूप लेकर वो समाज में रहते हैं और गड़बड़ी फैलाते हैं। हम लोग पूरी तरह से प्रयास कर रहे हैं, हम लोग बहुत आगे बढ़ चुके हैं और उम्मीद है कि हम लोग ऐसे लोगों की खोज अवश्य कर लेंगे। और इसी क्रम में हमने पूरे लोहरदगा वासियों से अपील की आज सभी प्रबुद्ध लोग आए थे कि किसी के बहकावे में न जाएं, रूमर पर विश्वास न करें। हम सभी देशवासी एक हैं। विगत कुछ वर्षों में यहाँ पर कुछ ग्रुप जिनको हम स्लीपर सेल्स कह रहे हैं, वो लोग आए हैं और यहाँ की सद्भावना को खराब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। लोगों से अपील करेंगे कि ऐसे लोग जो कुछ रूमर्स फैला रहे हैं या कुछ घटनाक्रम को अंजाम दे रहे हैं, उससे बचें।
So you heard that, viewers. Very clearly, the SDO coming out and saying sleeper cells disturbing peace in various forms. This has been going on. Arvind Kumar Lal, the sub-divisional officer. However, he also, viewers, is cautioning us, saying that the investigation is on. He also tells us that harmony existed for a while here. Sleeper cells have emerged recently. The clash is not a result of a sudden development. It wasn't as if, Ram Bhaks went outside certain mosques with DJs playing obscene songs to incite the Muslims. No. This was well thought out. And you have seen, viewers, whether it was in Delhi, in the east of Delhi, in 2020 when Trump came calling, that there were, as we like to call it, terror raining down from terrorists. Many terrorists, many of them, had catapults, petrol bombs, a panoply of mayhem creating accoutrements to fling at people, use them to kill people. We've seen the same here. We have taken it upon ourselves to dig deeper and get to the bottom of the conspiracy. Times Now's Aishwarya Jain travelled to the very spot from where the procession was being taken out and came under attack. Take a look, viewers. This is the spot where a person also lost his life.
Well, when we reached out here at Hiri village in Lohardaga district in Jharkhand to know that who were those who pelted stones and attacked the Ram Navami position which was passing by through this very road, in which almost 600 to 700 people came out from different areas to attack them, where almost 13 people injured. We found out that when this road which is passing by, from there on you see the mosque as well, the Ram Navami position was starting from that particular area. There were stones which were pelted, and according to one of the injured, he was clearly stating that there were people who were inside the mosque, and in other parts as well, they came out in large numbers and they pelted stones on the Ram Navami position which was passing by. And there you see still the stones and other bricks can be seen on this road which was pelted on them, and later so many people got injured. The SIT is investigating and arresting those people who attacked the Ram Navami position which was passing by, and the violence that occurred.
If the revelations made by the local administration was not enough, you must hear the victims of the violence. When Times Now spoke to one of the victims, he revealed to us exactly what happened, how it all began, and who failed to stop the violence despite multiple warnings. Listen in to the chilling testimony of the victim and another eyewitness who narrated the same tale.
ये कांड करवाने वाला शमसुल अंसारी है सर।
अच्छा।
चौकीदार, उसको सब चीज मालूम था, मुसलमान लोग कैसा करने वाला है, और प्रशासन को खबर नहीं किया।
आप कह रहे हैं कि ये सारा का सारा पूरा प्लानिंग के तहत हुआ था?
प्लानिंग के तहत किया है।
हाँ।
पूरा प्लानिंग। और ये शमसुल अंसारी जो चौकीदार है, हाँ। इसको सारा चीज मालूम था।
अच्छा।
उसके बाद भी प्रशासन को खबर नहीं किया, सिर्फ 4 को फोर्स हम संभाल लेंगे कह के, और यहाँ पर पथराव करवा दिया है सर।
ये पंचायत के चौकीदार है?
पंचायत के संग थाना का चौकीदार।
थाना का चौकीदार था।
थाना का चौकीदार है।
अच्छा, पुलिस तो ये भी कह रही है कि बाहर के कोई लोग भी इसमें शामिल
कल भी था, बाहर के लोग भी शामिल था। करीब करीब 1000 आदमी जुटा हुआ था सर।
अच्छा,
मुसलमान जो सब नौजवान लड़का हजारों की संख्या में मस्जिद में जुटा हुआ था और सब टोपी खाप के निकला अचानक, जैसे जुलूस के स्थान के पास पहुंचा और एकदम पत्थरबाजी किया है, झोला में पत्थर, हाथ में गड़ासा।
बीच में एक कब्रस्तान है, वही जगह से उसके बाद है कि पत्थरबाजी शुरू हो गया। उधर से मस्जिद तरफ से निकला लोग, ढेर आदमी 500-600 और पत्थर चलाना शुरू कर दिया। उसी दौरान में से हमको लग गया, मारा पत्थर से ना, तो कपारे में चोट लग गया। और चोट लगने के बाद हम तो गिर गए। अब गिर गिरने के बाद तो हम नहीं देखने पाए कि कौन मारा कौन नहीं। तो कोई हमको गांव वाला दूसरा लोग फिर उठा के, तब उसके दौरान हम फिर भागे।
कितने लोग थे वो एक साथ जो आप कह रहे हो कि मस्जिद से निकल कर आए? और
कम से कम 600-700।
अच्छा, और ये जो 600-700 लोग थे, इन लोगों को आपने पहले कभी गांव वगैरह में देखा था?
जी नहीं,
ये बाहर से लोग आए थे आप ये कह रहे हैं?
हाँ, बाहर ही से होगा, तब ना कहाँ से मंगाया होगा।
Well, viewers, you just heard it very clearly. Shamsul Ansari being blamed. Now, viewers, the question is, why is there a crippling internet blackout still in place there? Whenever internet blackouts have been instituted in the past to ensure against fake news being spread anywhere, the opposition led by the Congress has called it emergency Raj. Here, viewers, they don't want you to hear what exactly happened. Who are these individuals? I want to go straight across to Aishwarya Jain. Aishwarya Jain, we've heard Nageshwar Pandey, we've heard other victims from Lohardaga. Shamsul Ansari has been named as one of the abettors in uniform. Where is he? Has he been show-caused? Has he been asked for an explanation? Has any departmental inquiry been instituted?
Well, one thing is very clear when we travel to Hirhi village in Lohardaga district. Every year Ram Navami procession is carried out by the Hindus from the same very direction. Now this time when this procession was being taken place, there were a couple of police officers near the mosque that were placed, including this particular individual whom Nageshwar Pandey is naming, and he was along with other officers was taking care of the security of the Ram Navami procession. But later on, when this procession was passing by through the mosque, according to the accused, according to the injured, they have been clearly stating that 700 to 800 people came out from mosque and other areas with stones in their hands, with weapons in their hand, and they thrown at this procession. After that, almost
the procession.
12,
but where is Shamsul Ansari? Aishwarya, do we know where is Shamsul Ansari?
He's still. Well, he has been said that Jharkhand police is questioning because these injured have named in their statement about this particular individual, but he is still on the duty, he is still in the district, and the SIT has said that they will investigate and record his statement as well, but currently he is offering his duty for the Jharkhand police in Hirhi village.
So the man who is supposed to be investigating, taking action, filing the FIRs, has been singled out as an abettor, viewers, and he's on duty. How does this work? I don't know. We've seen this pattern even in Karoli, where Matloob, the principal accused, whose name is in the FIR, still remains on the run. Viewers, there the Congress government is busy pinning the blame on everybody, except for those at the scene of the crime. In Khargone, viewers, the story is pretty much the same. Here too, viewers, Sabka Saath was subverted. Riots were pre-planned for months. Sleeper cells or outsiders were activated. terror reigned from terrorists. Shivam's Astha was targeted. Desecration by design, it appears, is what transpired. Today we show you a series of chilling videos that show how Sabka Saath was attacked in Khargone. This is, of course, in Madhya Pradesh. So far, you're told that the provocation was by processions outside mosques. But evidence on camera shows that it may have been quite the opposite. Over a span of 12 hours across mohallas, there were attacks on places of worship, and it was done with the intent of creating bad blood between locals. As mobs ran riot, locals huddled in their homes and captured the Rampage. In Bhatwadi Mohalla, a mob of at least 100 attacked a place of worship. Even as one man tried to stop the rioters, it was of no avail. In Bhatwadi Mohalla, Times Now's Govind Gujjar gets images of a colony left devastated. Watch this, viewers. Watch this first-hand, on-the-spot reporting.
आप नफरत की इंतहा देखिए कि ये जो मंदिर है, आप देखिए इस मंदिर को भी पूरी तरह से तोड़ दिया गया है। जगह जगह से ईंटें पत्थर सब कुछ टूटे हुए नजर आ रहा है। इस मंदिर को मलबे में तब्दील कर दिया है। तो ये नफरत की इंतहा है। आप देखिए कि ये खरगोन का, माफ कीजिएगा, खरगोन का ये जो इलाका है, इस इलाके में भाटवाड़ी ये इलाका है। यहाँ तमाम सवर्ण लोग रहते हैं, लेकिन अभी सभी अपने अपने घरों में कैद हैं। वो खौफ का जो मंजर है अभी भी उनकी आंखों के सामने तैर रहा है। अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि वो मंजर क्या रहा होगा। 4 मंजिला इस इमारत को पूरी तरह से आग के हवाले कर दिया है और बहुत सी चीजें हैं जो नहीं कही जा सकती हैं कि क्या कुछ हुआ था उस दौरान, क्योंकि सामाजिक सौहार्द को भी मेंटेन करके चलना है। कानून की व्यवस्था है उसको भी, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को भी मेंटेन करके चलना है। यही वजह है कि बहुत सी चीजें हम नहीं बता पाते हैं, नहीं बोल पाते हैं कि क्या क्या हुआ है यहाँ पर।
Well, viewers, desecration was by design. We're going to now take you to another scene. There you can see. Set on fire. Times Now spoke to the caretaker who detailed how the rioters broke and entered and damaged places that were of instrumental importance on that particular day, as people were observing and marking the birth anniversary of Lord Ram. Times Now went to some of these same spots to see for itself what transpired. Here's another report from the ground, from this spot, viewers.
रोकने गया तो रुके नहीं और एक यहाँ देख के 100 से 150 करीब थे।
अच्छा, 100 से 150 लोग।
तो वो एक बिल्डिंग से इन्हें पत्थर फेंके गए। फिर उसके बाद में इधर से रोका, उसके बाद फिर पीछे गया। पीछे जाकर देखा तो पीछे तो संख्या नहीं गिन सकता कितनी। अच्छा, तो पूरी तरह से तोड़फोड़ हो गई। गौशाला के अंदर हनुमान मंदिर है, उसके ऊपर पत्थर फेंके गए। गौशाला के अंदर कृष्ण मंदिर है, उसके ऊपर पत्थर फेंके गए।
So right now I am here on that Gaushala where writers were quite attacking, and Munim, in fact Surendra, was brutally attacked. We just directly try to connect those who live here, and they are the eyewitness of that incident. आप ये बताइए, तमाम वीडियोस जो वायरल हो रहे हैं सोशल मीडिया पर, गौशाला इलाके में भी तोड़फोड़ की गई, तो क्या 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 थोड़ा सा बताएंगे इस वीडियो के बारे में, क्या कैसे क्या हुआ था?
उन्हें दीवार कूद गए, दीवार फूट डाली। अच्छा, दीवार कूद गया कि खेत में आएगा। अच्छा, तो हमने अब यहाँ बैठे था, तो वहाँ से खेत में आएगा, तो हम गए एक बार इधर से आएगा, तो वो सुरेश ठाकुर को पत्थर मार दिया। पत्थर मार दिया? हाँ, पत्थर मार दिया। उधर से तो संभल ही नहीं रहा। अच्छा। हम 3-4 जन का ही कर लो। तो सुरेश ठाकुर कौन थे यहाँ का? वो मुनीम थे। So this is exactly what we can understand in this cow means in fact गौशाला। जो गायें आप देख सकते हैं फ्रेम में, कैमरे की फ्रेम में देखिए, ये जो गौशाला थी इस पर भी हमला किया गया। So this is what we can understand. Even this place was not spared by the writers, and Suren Thakur, who was working as Munim and caretaker of this Gaushala, he was also brutally attacked. He has some injury in his hand.
Well, viewers, The locals, this is very, very important and has to be underlined. The locals all say that they've lived in harmony next to each other. But outsiders, various types of unrecognizable individuals were sent in with the specific purpose of creating disharmony. And that's why places sensitive to one community were desecrated. Listen in.
On the day of violence, Riots' target was not merely houses, shops. They also desperately target to the religious places, and this is where we are reporting from Shitla Mata Mandir, where Riots emerged. They came in group here, and CCTV cameras were also installed there. That camera was also broken, and here inside you can clearly see the pictures we are showing you, but here the cleaning work has already been done by the local administration. But the day when this temple was attacked, these statues were broken, and so we can understand the target of Riots were just to disturb the communal harmony, religious harmony, in fact, by destroying and damaging these statues.
The DM of Khargone has confirmed to Times Now that indeed there was an attempt to create tension where outsiders were called in, perhaps viewers, to target places that are sensitive to communities. Listen to this.
यहाँ मैंने सभी से बात किया, संजय नगर में हर घर के अंदर भी जाके देखे हैं, जो जहाँ पड़ोसी दोनों समुदाय का लोग हैं, वो अभी भी बहुत समन्वय से अच्छे से रह रहे हैं। जो हमला किया है वो बाहर की लोग से किया है, आप लोग इनसे भी पूछ सकते हैं, वो लोग खुद बता रहे हैं। तो इसीलिए जो रॉयटर्स है वो तो कोई समुदाय का बिलोंग नहीं करते हैं, वो एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स है।
Both Govind and Pranesh are here with us. Pranesh, just talk us through some of these videos that are right there on your screen.
Over the last few days, Times Now's Govind Gujjar has pieced together what really happened in Khargone. And this is the right reality here on the big screen now. Just look at these four set of visuals. They are sensitive to say the least, which is why we are being very careful in what we are putting out, Rahul. Let's start with here. This is a CCTV footage, self-explanatory. Look at what the people are doing. Look what they are holding. It's not just stone pelting. They have iron rods. They have swords in their hands. This is from Khargone, visual 1. Let's come to visual 2. This is inside a sensitive place. And look at the state of things here. A mob of 100 stormed into this, and then this is what is left of the place. Let's come to visual 3. Hanuman Goshala, and look what here, what you can see. A mob of more than 150, and this is by the eyewitness accounts. Times Now is not saying this. And let's go to the fourth visual, and this is important. Look what unfolded here.
So what you're saying really is that sensitive places targeted, and the DM says outsiders, sleeper cells, call them what you want to, viewers. These are words not being used by me or Times Now, but by the authorities on the ground. Pranesh, stay with me just one second. Let me also bring in Govind. Govind, जो आपको जमीन पर दिख रहा है, उससे साबित ये हो रहा है कि ये जो पूरा डेसिक्रेशन हुआ है, ये डिजाइन से हुआ है. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई लोग थोड़े गुस्से में आ गए. You know, this is some sort of a reaction. You cannot assemble so many people, so many weapons in so many places and strike.
Rahul, what I say, what I tell you, itself the pictures are saying everything. In fact, the pictures are screaming and telling the reality of the ground. And someone may have the personal animosity with an individual, with a family, but here the immense of hatred animosity with the religion, with the community, with the religious processions and with religious places too. We have witnessed that, and definitely which is quite disturbing to cover. And last few days we have been there in Khargone, but we realizing that definitely there is some or the other who are also who may also be outsider, as DM has also clarified, and himself the MP of Khargone, Mr. Patel, has clarified that there is the hand of PFI also in these kind of breaking out violences. तो मैं इन तमाम तस्वीरों को पिछले 4-6 दिन से कवर कर रहा हूं, लेकिन जो देखने को नजर आ रहा है हर तस्वीर में सिर्फ हिंसा नजर आ रही है. और
let me open this up very quickly. We don't have much time. Mr. Hashmi is there with us. Ms. Neha Joshi is there with us. Let me bring you in first, Mr. Hashmi. What you're seeing is obvious signs of strife. What you're also seeing is a narrative that hasn't been brought out into the public domain before this. It shows that there has been desecration by design. I hope you appreciate this. Our reporters have spoken to people, are on the ground now, and this begins to follow a pattern. I'm not saying, sir, even for a moment, that there may not have been provocation. There might have been provocation. That might have actually led to a backlash in 1 or 2 areas, but not across so many states and in such a planned and coordinated manner, where terraces had big bricks and stones and rocks, Molotov cocktails, catapults installed. How does this work, sir? What does it appear to you?
See, we should not appreciate any kind of violence. Either violators are from Muslim community or Hindu community, all must be punished and all should be sent behind bars. But as we have heard on your channel that district magistrate is saying that violators came from outside of the Khargone district. They were not belong to the locality. I'll show you one picture. If you permit me, I'll show you one picture of Khargone district. I've got this picture from one of my friend. Kindly see this picture.
Actually, sir, I can't show you. I can't see that picture, and I don't want you to show this picture because I don't know. Sir, I cannot. No, please. I can't verify this. I'm sure, sir, what you're holding. Let me finish. 1 second. Let me finish, sir. We're a responsible news channel. Whenever we put out any videos, and we have videos which we have put out of the other side also. Don't get me wrong here, please. But I can't just go to any Joe Blow putting out any old video without attesting to whether it is today's, yesterday's, 1 year back. I don't know. I'm a responsible news channel, sir. Just like you're a responsible spokesperson. Please, I can't, sir. I can't. This is not fair. Please, it's not fair. Please don't do this, sir. This is not fair. You can make the same point. You can make the same point. I'll have to. I'm moving out. Remove him. You can make the same point. You can make the same point, sir, without showing me unverified footage. I cannot do this. Please. I am constrained by the laws of the land. These are very sensitive things that we are doing. We can't play with people's emotions. Stop doing that. Whether it was the Delhi riots, a whole narrative was constructed about the Delhi riots that these were one-sided pogroms against one particular community, when you know it wasn't the fact, when you know that both sides suffered, when you know that both sides clashed, when you know that people have been arrested from both sides, when you know, sir, people on both sides have died. And let's stop doing this. Rise. Rise. Be statesmanlike. Accept that there is a truth on the other side. Secularism is not a one-way street, sir. Nonetheless, I don't want to lecture anybody. I want to bring in Ms. Joshi. Ms. Joshi, I just want to ask you this. It's a fundamental question. The constant refrain is, oh, we were provoked, we were provoked, we were provoked. How do you respond to that?
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you for having me, and thank you for really deep diving into this. You know, I was watching your coverage now on your show and before, and I think no other media house has bothered to really deep dive into this issue. You know, for times immemorial, Hindus have taken out these Shobha Yatras on important occasions. We were doing that in Karoli on 2nd of April, Ram Navami again, and suddenly there is this onslaught of attacks, whether it's Khargone, whether it's Lohardaga, whether it's Karoli. Why is it and how is it that, you know, stones reach these rooftops and these yatras are being attacked and we are being blamed for being provocative? We are doing exactly what we've been doing for centuries. You know, chanting the name of our gods, you know, crying for, you know, glory to our Sanatan Dharma. And suddenly we are being called provocators. That's not what this is about. There is a sinister design. The Lohardaga SP has confirmed this. The Khargone DM has said this, that there's evidence to show that this was all premeditated. How is it, Rahul, that this year there was a coordinated effort? You know, if Ashok Gehlot was to allow free and fair investigation in Karoli, I'm sure what we're going to find is that this was all premeditated. I'm not sure if Times Now has got access to Karoli, because, you know, Yuva Morcha delegation that was making its way to Karoli to meet the victims, we were stopped 40 kilometers
We've
short
heard both
of Karoli.
sides. I thank you, Neha Joshi, Mr. Ehtasham, for joining us. We move on, viewers, to the other big story that we are tracking closely on Times Now, and this is about the announcement that Vivek Agnihotri